Are you saying you faked with me?
Yeah.
Wrong. Now you're single.
What do you know about sexual relations?
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
I'm a little worried about being a slut.
You're listening to the Come With Us podcast, talking the good, the kinky, and the ugly. Here are your hosts, Beth, Aaron, and Tina.
Hello, all you sexy holes and holes. Welcome to another episode of Come With Us podcast. Have you been having lots of great, sexy fun lately? Or is it kind of a dry season? If so, you're not alone. The holidays passed, or who knows, anything happens. A week happens, 2 weeks happens, but suddenly we find ourselves sort of paying back for the freedom, the indulgences that we've had for a while. And for some of us, what that means is that we start feeling less than lovable towards our own bodies. It just happens, right? Sometimes lots of different reasons why, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. It's like some days you're like, yes, my body just rocks. Even if it's a dad bod or a mom bod, it feels good and it's great and we like it. And then we want somebody else to touch it and like it with us. But damn, those times where we don't like our own bodies. Hell, if we don't want to see our body, we sure as hell don't want anybody else to see it, let alone touch it, right? I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. So today, Aaron and I want to help everybody. We want to help you learn how to help your partner learn to love their body, because it makes such a big difference. Now, you can't, just because you love their body doesn't mean they're going to love it, but you definitely can help. And we've got a lot of hints to do. To give you and stuff. So welcome to Come With Us podcast, where we know that sexy stuff matters just as much as the lovey-dovey stuff. And we're here to help you get all the pleasure that you want and deserve. I'm Beth Darling, author of the new book. It's taking the world by storm. I'm getting so many reviews back. I cannot tell you how happy it makes me to think of other people being happy, doing these intimacy practices, feeling good, feeling connected with their partner. It's amazing. So the book is The 5 Kinds of Intimacy, How to Keep Your Love Alive. It is on Amazon.com, but you can also go to my website, BethDarling.com, and you can find a link there to order it. So make sure that you use the book, read that with your partner, help them love their body, use all the intimacy practices, and bang, 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 you'll be banging all the time for decades to come, I hope, for a lifetime. So anyway, all right, Aaron. Let's dive in. I think, Aaron, you've got a listener question to kick us off.
Yeah, this whole thing started, like we say, something you want us to talk about, email it to us. comewithusconfessions@gmail.com. That's the show name, confessions@gmail.com. If there's something on your mind you want us to tackle, that's what we're here for. So we're going to do our best to help. I'm going to keep this listener anonymous per his request.
Okay.
Or her request. I don't know. He didn't really say. They didn't. We're going to say he. Most of I look at the numbers. A lot of our listeners are men. So we're just going to assume he. And if, she got upset, oh, well.
Yeah.
Sorry. Still love you.
But by the way, I love that what happens is that a lot of men find us. They start listening. And then what's cool is then they tell their partner and their partner starts listening. And that, by the way, is great. And so men, if you haven't shared this podcast with your partners, really, I suggest you do, because it opens up so many avenues for more communication. Again, they can be like, oh, Aaron's an asshole, or Beth is a bitch, or, oh, they're just totally wrong. But again, you guys will start talking more and considering more. And who knows, maybe you get turned on by things that you had no idea that either one of you might enjoy. So
yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry to interrupt.
Hey, Beth and Aaron. My girlfriend and I have been in a serious relationship for just over 3 years. And while our sex life is fairly healthy, I don't know what to do about her body confidence. Over the past few years, we've both gotten, quote, comfortable in the relationships, and we have each put on a little more weight. I've noticed last summer that her confidence in her body and sex appeal has plummeted drastically compared to the woman I fell in love with.
Oh.
I honestly have no issue with the extra, again, creative, quote, affection she's gained.
Oh!
I find her sexier now than I did when we met, but I don't know how to go about getting her body confidence back. She used to wear lingerie on occasion for me and bikinis during the summer, but now I can't get her to see past what she thinks makes her unattractive and back into her flaunt it attitude she used to wear so proudly? How do I encourage her to love her body like I love it without hurting her feelings by acknowledging the fact that she has gained weight? Thanks, and keep my name anonymous on this one.
Oh my God, I love that. But it just, me, I'm such a romantic, but I love that he still loves her and he loves her body. And it's right. It's such a pity that she doesn't understand that and that she can't feel the same about it.
Yeah.
So, but good. Okay. This is a great topic. I'm so excited. So, all right. How do you want to go? Do you want me? I have a whole bunch of ideas here.
I mean, first, I'll acknowledge the fact that, I there's not a day that, there's a day at least once a week where I look in the mirror and I go, God damn, what happened to me? So I understand. I don't understand it from a female perspective because it's more of a, like, you're going to find, if you survey 10 women, 10 men on the street, a lot more of the men are just going to go, yeah, I'm okay with how I look. Yeah. Every single woman is going to go, no, I can pay out 12 faults on my body right this second, or 12 faults about how I look right this second. So it is more of a female dominated, not saying they're more insecure, but they don't hide their insecurities.
Well, put it this way. I think what people, especially men, don't necessarily realize is that men really are, quote, to be a good man, right? And I put that in air quotes. So to be a successful, quote, man is to basically earn a good living, to be reasonably attractive. Height certainly has something to do with it. But again, that focus, when you are successful, if a man has a big wallet, it makes up for almost anything else. Women, it doesn't matter how big our wallet is or how big the diamonds are that we wear. The fact is that we still get judged regularly based on our looks. And we don't have to like it. We don't have to agree with it. I'm not saying it's right, because God knows I don't think it's right, but that's the reality of it. So it's just a difference in expectations for women. We don't get to escape what we look like, and men do. So if you will, just you don't even have to argue. Just think about that.
It's not even an argument perspective, but from a man's perspective, mm-hmm. I don't care if you're a 10. I don't care if you're a 2. A smiling woman, a happy, confident woman makes an entire world of difference. And I'm going to rip off somebody else's words here. You can be in a room full of people. The second a woman walks in and she's happy and she's smiling and she's got a good attitude and good confidence about her, the entire mood of the room elevates a little bit. And it's one of those magical things that God gave women. I mean, this is friends of my wife and I, they're lesbians, and we talk all the time about, like, how fucking awesome are women. And my wife just sits there and she's like, yeah, they're okay. And I'm like, the three of us are like, no, they are awesome. Like, do you not understand how fucking hot they are?
Right.
And
no, she doesn't. Like, your wife doesn't understand.
No, she doesn't. And it's fine.
Exactly.
But also, God made us all different for a reason. And that was one of the things that one of those magical gifts that he gave to women, is that a guy can walk into a room and be confident and smiling and stuff like that. And sometimes it'll be cool, but sometimes people will look at him and go, God, this guy's a jerk. He's probably got everything and I have nothing. A happy, bright woman walks into a room. Nobody gets this pissed off feeling, not even other women. Some that are, insecure and catty on their own, maybe, but everybody in the room usually lights up a little bit more and goes, oh, that it's nice to have her here.
Yes. Okay. So, but that's the thing. That's one of the things that you can actually do to help a woman feel better, is that instead of walking into a room and noticing all of the perfectly, the models, the picture perfect looking people, point out to them the ones who have that energy, that joy de vivre. My pronunciation, right?
I don't speak any languages. Come on, man.
It's French. Zest for life.
Definitely don't say
joie de vivre. And point those people out and be like, oh, I'd want to talk with that person. I'd want to hang with them. They're sexy, because God, can't you just feel that energy? Oh, that laugh. That's awesome. So, because too often we tend to point out the quote beautiful people, and that's a traditional beauty. But then towards that, Also, I like to think and compare. I like analogies. So comparing them to stuffed animals. And I say, really, not very many people want a really scrawny little, kind of a bony stuffed animal. Think of like a Barbie doll. There's nothing about that makes you actually want to cuddle up to it. But if you can find an assortment of different stuffed animals that are all different sizes, some that are, smaller than others, some that are bigger, some that are really soft and squishy, some that are bigger but firmer. But if you do that and put those someplace, or even just put together a picture and post it in your bathroom, that way, what that does is that starts to tell our brain, we look at those and go, are all of these good? Yes. Right? Is one of these stuffed animals more desirable than the other? No. One day, maybe I like that one. One day, maybe I'll remind myself of this one, etc.
Well,
but
it's also
visual.
In the eye of the beholder. And I mean, credit to this listener. I mean, they've been in a relationship for this long. He obviously loves her for who she is, clearly, and loves being around her. So I have a feeling he would say, you know what? She could get bigger. She could get smaller. She could get muscular. She could get whatever. She could get taller, shorter, whatever. And he would still find her attractive. Now, everybody decides what they think is attractive differently. I don't like the same thing that my next door neighbor likes. He doesn't like the same thing my coworkers like. You don't like the same thing that my wife likes. It's all different.
Thank
goodness,
and that's
why we all have different tastes and different flavors for stuff. I mean,
right.
It's interesting how much, especially when women get mad at me all you want, I'm calling you out on it, whatever, how much they look at it and go, well, I need to be this, or I need to change this. Okay. If you want to change something about your body or about your life or about who you are as a person, have at it. If you think it's going to make you a better person or a happier person, cool. If you think, maybe you had trouble climbing the flight of stairs at work the other day and you go, you know what, I need to get in better shape. Okay, cool. Maybe you have a friend that had a, health scare and you go, you know what, if I were healthier, I wouldn't have to worry about this when I get to that age. Fine.
Right.
But no matter what, at least understand and project the confidence that you own the world to everybody. I mean, there was
but you're talking rational, and that's the thing,
know,
right?
well,
our insecurities are not rational usually.
I wish I had, because now I have a little microphone that attaches to my phone everywhere I go, so I can actually interview people.
Oh,
I wish I had it with me last summer when you and I were in New Orleans, because we were at Naughty New Orleans.
Right.
And I went to one of the parties while you were teaching a class.
Yeah.
And there was a woman there who had to be probably mid to late 50s who had on a fishnet shirt with nothing underneath.
Yeah.
And she had big boobs, but she also had the body of a mom. She didn't have a flat stomach. Her boobs, and this isn't a shot at her. This isn't a shot at anything. Her boobs sagged a little bit. Fine. Mm-hmm. That's cool to me. That's cool.
That's what boobs are supposed to do, right?
Exactly.
They do this.
Stop fighting gravity. Gravity is there for a reason. But I would have loved to have that microphone and been like, hey, can we go outside away from the speaker for a sec, like the speakers and the noise for a second? Because I just want to interview about your body and the fact that you have the confidence to wear that and show off and be happy. And she had a husband there and he had his hands all over and they were like teenagers. And I think I referenced it when I was telling you about it when we got back. It's the love you felt from everybody and all these couples that were just all hands on each other and stuff like that. But not only that, there were women of every shape and size there. And every single one of them walked around with a diamond smile and acted like they owned the world.
Yeah, that's what I think everybody, whether or not they're swinging or kinky or anything like that, but going to these places where there is so much body positivity and really no sort of standard for what is expected. There's no particular mold that you're supposed to fit in. It's glorious. Believe me, going to kinky parties was actually one of the ways that helped me accept my body so much, because I did see so many women. I saw really skinny people with no boobs and no curves. And then I saw, skinny people with big boobs and on and on and on, like every different kind of person and shape and sizes. And somebody lusted after each and every single one of them. It was fantastic.
We have had two porn stars on with us so far.
Right.
Holly Hotwife and Vivian Rose. Now, I give you two direct contrasts, and there's nothing bad about either one of their bodies. They're fine the way they are. Holly is, and she said it herself, she couldn't gain a pound if she tried. She is just built as a skinny woman with big boobs. Good for her. She's happy with that. Vivian, she said she has an 86-inch ass, and she is happy, and she makes a damn good living using that 86-inch ass on men who worship 86-inch asses. So there's nothing.
Love it.
Again, both of those women have something in common. When they walk into a room, they're confident as fuck. And
beautiful.
If I put both of them in the room together at a party and I had them both walk in, guess what? Yeah. If one walks in on the right side of the room, the one walks in on the left side of the room, both of them, when they walk in, still breathe so much confidence and so much happiness that the entire room feels it and goes, oh, okay, this is a better party.
Right.
This is a better place to be.
Right. So help your partner. Show them all these different. Find pictures. Find role models of all different shapes and sizes and ages. Please, droopy boobs, saggy boobs, tubular boobs, right? It's just amazing. Different pussies, they're because all of those things, women, we don't see each other naked nearly as often as perhaps men did in locker rooms and things like that. Women, I think, generally are much more shy and much more discreet. We'll turn our back, turn our boobs to a locker while we're drop our towel and put our bra on. So we might see boobs with bras, but not. Oh, yeah, and in fact, I know, we're so funny. But
it was weird. We real small side story. High school, I grew up playing sports and doing athletic stuff. I was a shit athlete, but there was a argument we had in the stands at a football game with a girl who was on this varsity softball team about the fact that when you were done playing a sport as a guy, you go into the shower and they're just a bunch of towers, you shower and you get out. And the fact that the female softball team and the female basketball team, and there was a girl on the soccer team, they didn't do that. They had individual showers and they tried to hide. And me and the other guys there were like, why? You have the same fucking parts. Well, what if somebody says something about me? What if somebody makes fun of me or says that my nipples are too big to somebody at school? Who gives a fuck? Let it go. Stop being so catty towards each other. Guess what? And then I use this example because I said, walk up to me tomorrow and ask me if I think Jake is well hung because we've been in the shower together after football practice. Guess what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to be a bro and I'm going to say, yeah, go wreck your insides. Go have fun with him. And that's just the difference between men and women is that I don't care. Like if it came down to it, but also at the same time, when I'm in a locker room, I'm not in even at a gym. I'm not in a locker room to look at other dudes. I'm in the locker room to get my shit done.
Okay, if I was in the locker room,
I need to change. I need to get to work. I need to shower, change, get home. Whatever.
I'm looking down at every man. Just to tell you, if I get a chance in the locker room, I'm like, I want to see. Yes, just say it. But
yes, but you have an attractiveness to dicks. I don't. I don't care.
Yeah, but still.
But
you're right. Like I did. I have large nipples.
Cool.
And I was so embarrassed for so long. I was mortified. Like I just thought that was terrible. Stupid things like this. Some people, their vulvas are different or one lip hangs longer or something. So we don't know. So, but I will tell you, there's a couple of, we should put some links in the show notes for people. And there's some like the vulva wall or something. There's some online pictures. And we'll put in a couple of other different places. But if you search pictures of vulvas, then you can see all different kinds of shapes and sizes that I think is helpful. And then there's also, do you know the show Big Mouth on Netflix?
No.
Okay, it's a cartoon show. It is so absurd, but I swear, in all honesty, this is the best sex ed available today for kids, like for teenagers. It is cartoons, and there's a hormone monster. There's the female hormone monster, the male hormone monster. It's just amazing. They tackle every topic and they do it well. It's smart. It's informative. It is real. It's funny. Totally awkward sometimes, by the way, but watch it. If you have kids, Watch it first and then watch it with your kids. You'll be mortified, but you'll have great conversations. But there's a video there that's called I Love My Body. And it's these two young, teenage girls who go to a Korean spa and all the women are naked. And there's just this potpourri of all these different female bodies, full bush, bare bush, this, that, tummies. It's hysterical. And that video, that's my go-to when I'm feeling like shit about my body. I just kind of watch that and I try and remember. They're all beautiful. They're all perfectly, humanly imperfect. And that's the way it is. So I highly recommend that video and that you keep it on repeat. And for guys out there, share it with your partner, share it with, if you've got kids and stuff. It's so good and informative for women, I think.
Even for an adult, I guess, venture into this, because this is something that, we found before, like I've found before knowing and being friends with Holly. There is a Reddit is it's a cesspool at times. Trust me. There are people there who are just a pain in the ass, and it's the internet. But if you say you feel like your stomach's too big or your nipples are too big, or, you don't like that you have hair growing somewhere, that, guess what? Go to Reddit, search whatever body part that you're uncomfortable with, or any feature on your body that you are self-conscious about. I guarantee you are going to find a group of people who not only post themselves, but then a bunch of people who are fans of it, who deliver compliments nonstop on the fact that, oh, hey, I like a woman with saggy boobs. That means that she's gotten some experience and that she's not trying to be something she's not. She didn't go and pay for new ones because she was tired of fighting Father Time. There is literally a subreddit, one for every type of porn out there, basically, but also for every single body feature. If you're a woman who goes, oh, well, fucking...
bat wings, that's a thing under my arms. Oh my God, there's everything.
My ass is too big, or guys go, oh, my balls hang too low, or my dick's not big enough. I guarantee there's something out there that whatever your insecurity is, type it into Reddit. You'll find a community of people that will celebrate it and actually kind of make you feel better about whatever insecurities you have. Yeah.
And when you give women compliments, this is the other thing is that, and we all fall into it. In fact, I said to somebody the other day, I was like, oh, you look good or something. And they were like, I hate that people say that after I've lost weight. Like, what if they're sick and they've lost weight? And I was like, really? Losing weight shouldn't be the reason that we tell somebody that they look good. And I know that's really hard to do, but I think better to say something about, wow, you are smiling so brightly. I love when you feel good about yourself, or I can tell. And, again, I see your confidence shining, or when you wear that dress or that particular color, your whole face lights up, or I know that's your favorite dress because you just move differently, and and I just can't stop looking at your ass when you walk around like that. And you can say things like that, whether they've gained 5 pounds or lost 5 pounds or anything around there. But
yes and no, because also the fact, like I said, there's a different flavor for every single person. If somebody, sees that you lost 20 pounds and goes, hey, you look good. Okay, they like skinnier women. Are you trying to sleep with them? No. Okay, then don't worry about it. Cool, they think you look good. Take the compliment and go, hey, I feel good about myself for a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Well, I know, but we're not talking, again, we're talking about how partners can support. And the problem is that partners dig themselves in a hole, because when you make a big deal over how good they look when they're thin, we often will fill in the blank, which is, oh, they didn't think I looked as good curvy.
Well, stop reading into something that's not there.
Okay, but
stop.
That's like telling people to be rational. We're not.
Stop digging a hole that goes nowhere. No, you're not going to get through to China. Just stop.
Well, but I would say, so men, stop telling me what's rational. Deal with what is.
Okay, I'll stop telling you look good. Farther. Deal.
Yeah. No, so start complimenting on things like, oh my God, I just want to kiss your, anytime you show me cleavage, I want to motorboat you, right? Oh, anytime you give me a little bit of shoulder, holy shit, it's so hard. All I want to do is touch you all the damn time. Oh, short skirts, that's awesome. So compliment on that, not necessarily so their attitude and how their body makes you feel and the lust that you feel, because that translates across any sort of size.
Yeah.
And because once we're confident, that's when we actually can change. Growth and change doesn't happen when we feel bad. When we feel bad about ourselves, we kind of give up. And I'm telling you, I spent 23 years thinking I was hideously ugly. And I did everything I could to confirm that. Like I tried to hide my body as much as possible. And it's awful. But I didn't have a partner who really loved my body. It didn't express love. Loved fucking me, but didn't know how to actually give me a compliment that made me feel good. And except about my boobs. That was the only thing that he liked. So please just remind her all the time and compliment in ways that are not directly related to weight. That's the biggest thing. And wherever she is and stuff, just tell her how good she feels to hold, how much warmth there is, how cuddling her just feels like the best thing ever. And then when she says, oh God, I've got nothing to wear, right? Don't be rational. I know Erin wants to be rational. Of course you do. You have a whole closet full. Well, understand when we say we don't have anything to wear, what we mean is we don't have or can't think of anything to put on us that makes us feel good about ourselves. That's what we're saying. So instead of hearing, what do you mean there's a rack full of clothes? Here, I don't feel good about myself. And I feel like it's hopeless. No matter what I put on, I'm still going to be ugly, or I'm not going to look as good as I want to. So build them up and tell them, anything. It doesn't matter what you put on. Again, your smile, nobody else notices anything. I don't notice. All I want to do is touch you, like your magnetism. Keep the focus away.
Here comes rational problem solving Erin again. What if you say we're in a relationship and you say, I have nothing to wear. We're waiting to go out to dinner, but waiting on you to get dressed. I walk into the closet, I grab a dress and I throw it on the bed and I say, wear that because you look sexy as fuck in that.
Yeah, no, because you don't know, but that might be 10 pounds ago that fit.
What if it's something you wore 2 weeks ago?
Hell, my weight can vary by 5 pounds on a daily basis, right? So
and you might need to go to a doctor.
Yeah, but
5
it
pounds
happens
is a
for
lot
women.
to fluctuate that much.
Or we just ate a big meal and we just don't feel like it. Or it was a little tight last time and we've been eating nonstop since then. And we're afraid if we try it on, it's going to make us feel worse. So don't have something there. But you can just say, you know what? If this stresses you out, then don't worry about it. Let's just order something at home. If you need to avoid the subject, feel free. If you say, oh, I don't know what you have, but I know, last week you told me you didn't have anything and then you put something on. I was like, damn, you look good. 3 weeks ago, you thought you didn't have anything. You came out and I was like, where the hell is that been? Because that's awesome. Can we take it off now? So make jokes about that, but don't tell them, oh, wear this, because immediately they'll be like, oh shit, you don't even realize. And it's not empathetic. You're not feeling her pain. And her pain.
No, I'm logical. I'm not going to.
Right. And that's just not going to get you very far.
Yeah.
So much better that you just say, hey,
hit a home run every time you step to the plate.
Well, okay. But you don't want to make things worse. So generally, just say, what's the most comfortable thing you have? Let's just go someplace where you can wear anything that's comfortable. Or let's just go mismatched. Let's go out of our way to not look good. Let's just put on pajamas and go out. Right. Make light of it. Give freedom and say, really, I didn't marry the clothes. I didn't marry that wedding dress. I married the you, not even that body. That happened to be the body, the shape that you were in that day. But I'd have married you 3 weeks later, 3 years later, 3 years before, and I'll marry you 30 years later. Right? Things like that will help us because they basically remind us that you love us and our body is just more incidental, kind of like men's hair. And you can talk about that. Men, if you're balding or something, talk about, what, do you care? Like, do you want me to feel bad about that? You married me, I had hair. Now I don't. Is that bad? Should I think that I'm not attracted to you, that I'm not attractive to you anymore? So don't minimize her feelings, just empathize with it. And then along that line, also suggest healthy things. If you're the one like I do, I'm always suggesting fast food or crappy food or pizza because I love that shit, but it's not good for me. But if you're my partner and you can help me by just saying, hey, let's go get something that's really yummy and actually is healthy too, and have some ideas, that would be really helpful. And so, hey, how about let's go take a walk tonight? I just want to walk around and hold your hand, right? So do things that start getting more physically exercised, that are better dietary things, and do it together. So it's not pointing fingers. It's not, and don't start with the negative. Oh, we've been eating like shit lately. Start with the positive. I want to live with you forever. That means we better be healthy, because you can't, I'm not letting you go first. So, and I'm sure as hell not going to die and leave you to somebody else. So, okay, let's, stay active. What do we want? What do we want our future to look like together? That's a great way to do that. Like, I love you so much that I want to be healthy with you. So I think that can be good. And then lastly, sometimes you could very gently, this is rational, very gently though, you can sort of, if you notice certain triggers that, oh, when we go out with this set of friends, all they do is talk about how much weight and this and stuff, and she gets triggered and starts feeling like shit, then you might suggest, you know what, maybe we shouldn't go out with them all the time. Because every time we go out with them, all they talk about is their diet and the weight. And like, it makes me feel like shit. I can't imagine what it's like for you. Why don't we go out with people who are more into just healthy, like fun, loving each other and accepting things and getting more joy from life instead of focusing on the negatives? Or, you know what? Sometimes when you talk to your mom, I know she pushes your buttons like nobody's business. Why don't you maybe just only talk to her Sunday mornings? You talk to her Sunday mornings, she can trigger you. I'll take care of you. We'll have a great day and it'll be way better for you. Different options and solutions that recognize and help her notice triggers and stuff might be. So, or you could put that as a question like, does it make you feel bad to be around this? Does that kind of make you feel bad? Because I was thinking it might if it was me. And let her have some say in it.
Yeah.
So those are some things I think. Or if her social media feed is full of like, quote, perfect people and people who worry about being perfect all the time, find some other examples to fill her feed or tell her to unfollow them.
Media, period.
Yeah.
Guys listening, girls listening, everybody, just put down social media. Like I use it all the time. I get it. I use it for work and staying up on, what's the latest sports news and stuff like that. But there's also a time when I walk into the house, or I realize, and I'll put it down and I'll just leave my phone for a good couple hours. And if somebody calls, I'll go look at it. But other than that, I don't care. Stop caring about everybody else.
And that's good. Except there are some people on there that are putting out good content that can help somebody feel better. So it just, again, it's how we use it and what we make of it. But go out of your way to search for different people to admire that are at different ages, sizes, different places in their journey. And the more you appreciate them, the more she's going to feel like, okay, even if I'm here or here or here or here, he likes all of these different things. But if you're only watching porn with blondes and big boobs and tiny waists, if I know that, I'm never going to feel like you're going to be attracted to me. Just not. So
watch all kinds of porn.
Watch all kinds of porn. Exactly. And tell her that. Yes. Tell her that. Oh God, I love that one she's got such big boobs. They're swinging all damn over the place. I swear he's getting knocked in the face. That's awesome. I would love to have my face knocked in like by some big tit hanging, but all those things. So there's lots of ways, but don't be loud. Just don't be purely rational, because it's not going to work, because these are about feelings. So those are my thoughts. Anything else?
No, we tackled a lot.
But you can't criticize your own body then. If you are judging your body, then you're basically telling her that you're going to be critical of hers. So you have to walk the walk. Hypocrisy doesn't ever work well.
If you do judge your own body, judge it in private.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it that way. As far as the whole getting her back in a bikini thing, sorry, dude, I got nothing. Like, other than fuck it. get a little inflatable. If you have a house or a yard or something like that, get an inflatable pool where in the backyard nobody can see, and tell her to walk outside in that for a couple of times and frolic in that at the beginning of the summer. And then, just like walking to running, then go to the pool or then go to the beach or the lake or whatever.
Well, actually, and more than that, look for other people who have body types similar to hers and search for bikini images and show her. And because I will also tell you, so a tiny little string bikini might look really good on some people. It is never going to look good on me. I'm never going to wear it. I'm never going to feel comfortable. So think about what your body, what your partner really is comfortable with and what she's not. So usually for me, like it's my tummy hanging out. So a little bit, getting a bikini that has a bottom that has a little bit more coverage around the belly helps keep that little lip from showing so much, that ledge. And some bathing suits, even bikinis, will have a little bit of extra support there. So if that's an area, if it's her ass, get maybe a more full coverage ass. And I'm not saying buy it for her. I'm saying show her pictures of these to encourage her to find some. There are bikinis that have a lot of boob coverage, some bikinis that don't have as much. A tankini works, but no matter what her body is, don't ever do that, because if she likes a tankini and she saw your face, it's
a good thing my wife doesn't, because hell no, that ain't flying in my house.
Okay, well, so you just destroyed it. I'd be like, see, he's got some ideas. He's not just going to accept what makes me feel
I know what I like and what I don't like. A woman in a tankini, to me, is one of the most unattractive things I could ever see in the world. It's almost as bad as a woman wearing flats. It's just horrible. God gave you the body you have. Fucking rock it.
Oh, God. But what if I feel good? No, if I want it. What if I have to wear flats because my feet are bad? See, now you've set up that now I think every time I wear flats, you're never going to be happy. And that sucks.
Well, then don't be with me.
Well, I know, but what about your partner? If she gets bad feet, like for whatever reason, and can't wear heels.
There's doctors. I never said heels. I never said
flats.
Always heels. Yeah, flats are ugly. They make plenty of other options.
Well, anything that's not flat has a heel.
No, I'm talking like the ballet flat shit. Like those little round-toed.
Okay, that's different.
Those look horrible on women. Sexy sandals, flip-flops are okay, stuff like that. Those are fine.
Okay, then I didn't understand. See,
but just
be careful with your words, because again, you said flats, and women, flats means no heel.
No, a woman in tennis shoes, hot as hell. A woman in cowboy boots, hot as hell.
Okay, well, so that's good. So be careful and just realize that what you say can come back.
Yeah. I mean, my wife knows how I feel about this stuff, so I'm not opening up any new can of worms, and I tell her how I feel, and she understands, and that's the way it is. She'll buy stuff that she wears to work because she wants to wear it to work, and I go, cool, keep wearing stuff like that, so I don't have to worry about anybody trying to fuck you in your office when I'm not there. I don't really say that. I just wanted to see your face.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm just like, if you're not watching our YouTube, I'm just like, I just wanted to smack Aaron. It's like one of the very first times I was like, oh my God, you're going to like divorce. Like, oh my God, I would feel like shit.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. Oh, I just felt that. You just took me totally down. I was like, oh my gosh. So, okay. Yeah. Don't tell your wife that she doesn't look good and stuff. You can always tell her, oh, I like things like that better. But don't tell her, because then we extrapolate and then we feel bad. And we know when you do that, we know you have really strong opinions and you're critical.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Everybody has opinions.
But not very many people are that critical. Like, I don't usually like brown shirts on men, but I'm not like, oh God, that a brown shirt makes you completely.
But if you were in a relationship with a guy and he wore a brown shirt on a date, you'd go, how about you change into the green one?
I would say, yeah, I would be like, oh, I love bright colors.
That's opinionated, and that's sharing your opinion.
But it's not coming across as like this harsh. It's not harsh, and it's not super critical.
Well,
it's
if you
not
can't
like,
be honest
I'll
with
never
him to tell him I don't like
brown.
you in brown, then you're not in a real healthy relationship.
No, that's not true.
You still have to share the fact that what is the root cause? I don't like you in a brown shirt. Cool. Get it out of there.
No, it's not that I don't like you in a brown shirt. It's that I don't really like brown.
Okay. But
that's
again, if you're not going to be
honest
honest with saying that,
Right. I would say that, but not in a way that wounds him. Like, not in a way. What if he likes brown shirts? Like you said, so he could go and wear them. I'm not saying, oh, you look bad in brown shirts. I'm just saying I'm not as drawn to brown shirts. That's all.
Just say I don't find him attractive.
Yeah.
Period.
But that's different than, oh, you look bad in brown shirts.
No, I'm not saying you say he looks bad in a brown shirt.
You
tell
said,
him.
Yeah, but you said, oh, nobody at work will think you're sexy.
Oh, no, I was joking about that. I don't say that.
Okay, well, that's where I just flipped going, holy shit.
I don't ever tell her that.
Yeah.
But when she wears stuff that she knows that, like, when she wears her flats to work, she tells me, like, she'll say, hey, I don't wear these because I don't work with you. I'm not trying to go to work and turn you on. Right. I'm going to be away from you for 8 hours, so I'm going to wear what makes me comfortable.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So there she goes.
Yeah, that's good. That's
good. But yeah.
So yeah, just don't knock them. All right.
No, I do.
Well, you talk a big game, but I know how much you fucking love your wife. So
I do, and she knows I love her. But I also am not. I don't hold. I'm brutally honest about everything.
Oh yeah, brutal. I think that's bullshit. I'm sorry. You don't need to be brutal. You shouldn't want to be brutal to somebody that you love and care for. I am all about honesty.
I'm not brutal to her.
Brutal is not.
But when we're at the store and she puts on a pair of ballet flats and goes, "Aren't these cute?" I'm going to go, "No, because ballet flats are not cute. They don't make any woman look good."
No, that's your opinion. That's not.
Yes.
Like,
so don't ask me for my opinion. Don't say, "Aren't these cute?" And get mad when my opinion is no, they are horrible. They look bad on every woman.
Then just realize that's your opinion and don't say it as total fact of the world.
No, it's fact of our relationship.
Right. I don't like ballet flats.
Yeah.
I don't find them attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's different than no, they're hideous. Nobody in the world finds them attractive. Because
I never say nobody finds them attractive. I just say I'm not going to have an opinion you're going to like because you know how I feel about them.
Right. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard. Oh my goodness.
I don't have an opinion on that because I don't care.
There you go. Okay. But yeah,
again,
I think let's leave
that's what is brutally honest.
No.
That is brutally honest.
No,
saying I just don't care.
That's not brutal. I don't care is different than brutal. Brutal is hurting. That's what brute is, using brute force. Brutal. Yeah. It's a terrible term. So anyway, but okay. All right. On that note, clearly it's hard. It's hard to help your partner have a good relationship with their body, but everything you say does make a difference. Everything you feel, all of your beliefs, like it is sensitive. So get to know what you really think, what matters to you, and then try and do things gently. Be tactful, be supportive, be loving, be affectionate, and be specific with your compliments and try to avoid the specific relating things to weight. It's just, that's kind of going to be a downhill slide. So, yeah. All right. Well, and we'll put those links in the show notes to the big mouth video that I recommend and to the some places to go see different pictures of different vulvas, because those are pretty interesting and fun. So, all right. Thank you for joining us for this week's Come With Us podcast, where you get the bare naked truth about love, sex, and relationships. Everything that men need to know about love, sex, and relationships, but didn't even know they might need it. So, and of course, you can get even more sexy, fun tips and tricks by following us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't wait. Follow us now. We can't wait to see you online. Erin and I are so glad to be with you on this sexy journey. We hope that you and your partner love your bodies for the rest of your lives and have as much pleasure as you possibly can with both of them all the time. All right. Big hugs and love. I'm Beth Darling. You can find me at BethDarling.com. And for Erin, hasta la vista next week. Until next week, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Come With Us podcast. Be sure to follow us on social media at Come With Us Podcast and send in your questions, comments, and confessions to comewithusconfessions@gmail.com. Until next time, keep it fun, flirty, and naughty.